Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're having a wonderful day and that you are doing well. In today's video, I'm taking you along on my adventures to visit the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco. You might remember me visiting here back in my San Francisco vlogs here on my YouTube channel, but this is going to be an in-depth look at the different galleries inside, and I'm a huge Disney fan, so I'm very excited to take you along on my adventures here. Hey everybody, at the Walt Disney Family Museum, and we're gonna go take a look inside together. I'm so excited to finally get a chance to go in here. I came here last time and I couldn't go in because I had Alice, so I'm so excited. Let's go in together. I went on a Friday morning and just check the hours if you're interested in going. They're closed on certain days of the week and stuff depending on what season you go in. And once you get your ticket, you see the Oscars that Walt Disney, the Disney production company, has won. There's some amazing Disney awards, trophies that you're gonna see, some art, beautiful photos, and just certificates. There's so much to see. There's also, as soon as I saw this, I fell in love. It's Snow White. Oh my goodness. I saw this and I loved it. I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm wearing a Snow White top. You'll see it a little bit later in the video. Totally made me think of my friend Angie, Daily Charm Addict. Here's a quick look at some of the Oscars. Oh, guys, it was so cool. I've never seen, I'm trying to remember, I did go to Hollywood before, but I don't think I've ever seen a real Oscar in real life. So cool. Now we're gonna head into the early beginnings. This is Gallery 1. Inside Gallery 1, Early Beginnings, you'll learn about Walt's love for drawing that began at a very early age. You'll also see kind of some information about his high school, the war effort. He joined the war early. He technically was underage, and you learn all these great facts. You see some of the drawing cartoons that he did, photos as a staff photographer. There's various little things that you'll see throughout it. And it was just, oh my gosh, it started off so good. If you're like a big history Disney fan like me, it was so cool to witness all of this, to see things, learn more about the history. It was just awesome. Then it was time to take the elevator up to floor 2 to head on over to Hollywood. So this gallery is called The Move to Hollywood.
Free and happy, you know, was in 1923, but I failed. I think it's important to have a good figure.
We're in Hollywood. What an entrance into the world of Hollywood. It was so fun walking in here. I wasn't even expecting it. It literally felt like, wow, this is exciting, this is new. They really captured that feeling that Walt must have had when he arrived into Hollywood for the first time. They show his first studio, which was a little shed. You might have seen a picture a couple seconds ago. And then of course they highlight the Alice comedies that Walt Disney did, where he had this amazing reversed idea, a little bit of a new twist, and so cool. I love that it's a real girl living in a cartoon world, and as you guys know, my dog's name is Alice, so absolutely love that there's that connection too. Besides just Alice in Wonderland, he started with the Alice in Wonderland idea here too. Heading into the next Hollywood room, it's more kind of themed too. It all started with a mouse. Walt was very resilient after losing Oswald the Lucky Rabbit rights to that wonderful distributor in New York, and he ended up playing with the idea of a mouse called Mortimer on a train ride home. And his wife, who's named Lily, said, "I don't think that would be good for a mouse's name. Let's call it Mickey." So in this room, they highlight some of the wonderful early beginnings of Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. They also have the earliest known sketches of Mickey Mouse, which is so amazing to see, you guys. I was just fangirling majorly seeing this. They have a ton of some original Mickey Mouse merchandise, Mickey Mouse Club merchandise. It was just so cool seeing all this and how Mickey has changed throughout the years. just like with his dolls and the toys and everything. And then you head on over to the next gallery, and it is called Exploring New Horizons. Inside this gallery, you'll learn about the 1933 Silly Symphony, Three Little Pigs, and also the development of character, very distinct personality traits with the way they move, interacted. They call this personality animation that would become actually one of the studio's most important innovations. Throughout all the galleries, you also see references and photos of Walt's personal life balanced with what was happening in the studio and his career at the time too. Also in this gallery, you will see the first Silly Symphony, The Skeleton Dance, which I love to this day. I remember watching that when I was a kid, and you guys know I love Halloween, so it's cool to see that. Here are some more clips of Walt's personal life, entering into the world of comic books, which is so cool. There's also the invention of the storyboard that you're going to see in a little bit here as well. And I'm just going to read from the Walt Disney Family Museum website about the invention of the storyboard. With the 1938 Academy Award-winning short Ferdinand the Bull, the storyboard allowed Walt to create a coherent and consistent story. Invented at the Walt Disney Studios, storyboards would allow the filmmakers to visualize the plot, shuffle story sketches, or swap them out until the story was just right. You'll also learn how Walt and Mickey were modeled after each other, little similar personalities and stuff, which is super cute. So much fun stuff to see in here. Also how Minnie Mouse first appeared with Mickey Mouse, which is really cool. They've always been together, true love forever. I think that's so sweet. You'll see the introduction of other classic, the Fab Five Disney characters like Donald, Pluto, Goofy. So cool to see the sketches from this. It's amazing. You'll also hear like some more of his personal life with, his daughters being born and all of that too, which is so cool. And then we head on over into another gallery called the Transition into Features. And look at the Snow White. Oh my gosh, all the Snow White vibes are happening in this gallery. The sketches, the artwork, concept art. They have amazing merchandise that was sold at the time. It was referred when he was working on the Snow White production like Walt's Folly, that, it ended up being this massive success, you guys. It was just so fun. I know the story and a lot of the history of this, but it was really different going in here and experiencing how they displayed everything. It kind of really takes you on that journey. Can you spot the Snow White charm bracelet with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Carthay Circle? That's actually one of my favorite Disneyland restaurants. I think it's my second favorite restaurant after Carnation Cafe. So it's so cool to see the actual Carthay Circle where it premiered, Snow White premiered. I had so much fun wandering throughout this room. It's just so much to see and to look at. And as mentioned, I was Snow White themed for the occasion. So here's a quick look at my Snow White Pandora bracelet. And then again, I just had to include more of the Snow White sketching for the dwarfs' beds. They also have a lovely area devoted to all the people that worked on the Snow White production. So all the artists, all the talent that went into this, which was so fun to see. So after learning about Walt's first full-length feature production and the success, you later head on over to Burbank where he opens up the studio. There's lots of fun memories and things from the time of when the studio opened, how it's changed, and it was so fun to see. Again, you'll also continue to see special moments and stuff with his family as well, which I think is just so touching. They talk a lot about his relationship with his daughters. And then here we head into Pinocchio World, which is very exciting too. Here's Pinocchio in a little artist studio.
And gentlemen, the master showman, Pinocchio.
Second one I made following the life of Pinocchio.
I also forgot to mention we already entered into another gallery, which is called New Success and Greater Ambitions, where you'll see some highlights from Fantasia, along with the Bambi, as you saw Pinocchio, and a lot of other wonderful things are happening during this time too.
New York, they ran for over a year with textiles. They back to time to get it was.
I did all of Fantasia, and before I knew it, I ended up spending $400 and some odd thousand getting music with Spakowski.
You also head into the toughest period of Walt's whole life, and that is when his studio and a lot of his animators all went on strike. And like, look at some of the signs. There are no strings on me. Oh my goodness, you guys. I can't even believe like Walt Disney and is like, oh, going through this. I can't believe it. But they got to an agreement and a deal. And then as you kind of head over, you'll also start to see some things for the war effort. And that's heading into basically the new gallery, which is called Patriotic Contributions. So you have this wonderful contribution to Latin America. The Walt Disney Studios produced a lot of different film for the war effort. They did military and propaganda films. Into the next gallery. It is called the Post-War Rebuilding Gallery, and there is a variety of different things to see in here, including many different Disney movies that came out. So you can see references to so many movies, like Cinderella, like the concept art and everything, so cool. And then in a little bit, you'll see some Alice in Wonderland as well. Oh my goodness, I loved seeing these. It was so fun to see this. I love, obviously, Cinderella and Alice in Wonderland, so it was really cool to see this. And a little photo over there. Also Lady and the Tramp, which was really cute to see. There was so many different movies here, like some of their live action movies were also on display in here. We got a little bit of Peter Pan reference here, which was fun to see. In the next room, we're introduced to Disneylandia, which is a world of miniatures that Walt was first introduced to.
This is going to be my new entertainment venture, and he was going to call it Disneylandia. All the miniatures, and then of course people started to hear he was doing this, and everyone who was trying to sell miniatures like upped the prices because they knew he wanted to buy them all.
So here's a look at some of the different miniatures and some of the tools to make the miniatures as well, little plates. It was so cool to see this. There's also Walt Disney's little travel bag there. There's a camera, some more miniatures, a beautiful bracelet, and also look at Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That was really sweet. The cars, all these little special personal items, some wonderful images of special memories and Walt's family. And I loved seeing all this. We also had a reference to some of the foods that he liked to bring with him when he was traveling, including chili, which I thought was really cute. We also have some more references of family stories. And then we head on into the next gallery, which is called Walt in the Natural World. You learn about Walt Disney's true life adventure documentaries and things that he accomplished with his team and traveling, and also a brief introduction to a big idea on a small park bench. And this brings us to the next gallery, which is called Disneyland and Beyond. And I was so excited to see this gallery. Unfortunately, though, I was actually heading out to go to Disneyland that same day. I did not set enough time to explore this museum. So if I can give you guys any advice, take a lot of time. Take a day to come here, because I did not rush, but I didn't get to fully appreciate everything in this room and on the respite because I had to get going. But look at this. Oh my goodness, this is Walt's vision of Disneyland. It was so amazing to see like the transformation of Walt turning his dream into reality. This room was so fun to explore because I just love Disneyland so much. And it was just so special to see, you know, all the moving parts that led to the amusement park being built. Like you can see the Haunted Mansion. There are just so many gems in here, and I had to like go through here fairly quickly, but there's Autopia references, which was so neat to see. Lots of sketches for Disneyland look like Main Street USA. Oh my gosh, there was so many cool things. I just was looking around as much as I could and trying to take it all in. Here's a look at some of the Disneyland merch. Like this was a parking pass. We got the Disneyland tickets, which was so cool to see. Greetings from Disneyland. A lot more like Mickey Mouse Club merchandise. We have some more concept sketches. Another look. Oh my gosh, a new experience and entertainment of the park. A little bit more of a close-up of the sketches I showed earlier. There's also highlights in other movies and things that came out as well, including Mary Poppins. Did you just see It's a Small World? Oh my goodness. And here we have the Enchanted Tiki Room. Lincoln. Oh my gosh, this was so fun. I want to go back. Like as I'm watching this, doing this voiceover, I just want to go back so much. Now into the last room. It is called the Remembering Walt Disney Room. And I felt very emotional coming in here. This was a lovely tribute to Walt Disney and a way to end seeing the Disney Family Museum. It was really special. So just finished touring around. It was so fun. I'm so glad I got a chance to come here. So amazing. After I exited the last gallery room, I quickly headed over to the gift shop and the cafe to do a little bit more exploring. The first time I came here, I had my dog. I did get to go explore the gift shop and the cafe briefly. So some of the footage you're seeing is from that, and some of it's mixed in when I actually got to go and explore the different galleries. There's so many wonderful Disney finds here. In a little bit, you'll see a cute little like Disney themed charm bracelet, not Pandora. It's more probably for children, but it was so cute. I loved seeing that and the little golden books. Here's a look at the charms I had just mentioned. I ended up getting a special pin for myself. I love collecting pins when I travel, so that was like an absolute must. And then after this, I quickly headed on over to Disneyland, so stay tuned for some Disneyland vlogs coming up. Anyway, that is it for today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed coming with me to visit the Walt Disney Family Museum. I'd love to know if you've ever visited the Walt Disney Family Museum. Please let me know down below and what your thoughts are on the experience. Wishing you a magical, wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye for now.